Once the firm and the firm users are set up, clients can now be added to the firm. Under My Clients, firms can add their clients. When adding a client, you can upload client details using an ITR XML or ITR JSON file to automatically populate the Add Client Details page. If you don't have such a file, you can manually enter the required information on the screen. In this video, we shall set up a client with status as Company. When the ITR file is uploaded, the status of the company is auto-selected based on the PAN number of the client. Even if an ITR file is available, the system will not populate the client file number. This number acts as a unique identifier for each client and must be different for every client, whether they are active or inactive. You cannot set up duplicate client file numbers in AssureAI. In the Key People, your Authorized Signatory table, you must designate at least one individual as an authorized signatory. You can select multiple authorized signatories if needed. To make changes, simply edit the row and save your updates. In the Shareholders table, you can edit individual rows to update details as needed in addition to the details already populated by the ITR file. You can add rows to enter share capital details. Use the share capital table to input the required information for the authorized number of shares, issued number of shares, and face value. Once saved, the Inset table allows you to add the subscribed number of shares and the paid-up face value. When you save the screen, the system validates all the information you've entered. If there are any errors, clear and specific error messages will appear to guide you in correcting them. Once you've resolved the issues, you can save the screen again to proceed. Once you save the details, the client is successfully created by the system. A Deactivate button will appear, allowing you to deactivate the client if they are no longer in use. You can reactivate the client later if needed. Note that once a client is created, it cannot be deleted. Part 2 of the screen displays client user details. You can create login credentials for each client by entering the required information in the pop-up screen. Whenever you raise an issue or request a document, an email alert is sent to the client's registered email address. You can set up multiple client users as needed. With the client setup complete, you can now configure preferences. Select the assignment types that apply to the newly created client. Multiple options can be selected. You can modify these assignment types at any time to include or exclude specific options based on the client's needs. Once the client preferences are filled in, you can proceed to plan the assignment. Once you enter the basic details to start a new assignment, you can map user roles accordingly. Each assignment acts as a workflow-enabled task involving multiple roles, such as makers, checkers, approvers, and engagement quality control reviewers. You can assign one or more users to each role to ensure proper task execution and review. The newly created assignment will be displayed under the Assign to Me tab, as you are the maker of the assignment.